Hello, everybody. It's Mark Schultz, and we're here for another edition of Recovery in Aviation. I'm really excited to tell you that today we're going to talk about networking and events and how, I have a question for you. How are you growing your business in this difficult time when we're all trying to figure out how to grow our business and connect with other people? Stay tuned. They got some really interesting information for you and a couple of guests that you're going to have a lot of fun talking to today. Stand by. Hey, thanks for joining me on the broadcast today. Hey, I'm really excited because I got a couple of guests on the program here with me today that I have known for quite some time. Actually, I've worked with the organization for quite some time, and I'm very actively involved with them. And so I really am interested in having them on the program today. And so let me just introduce to you our topic and our guests today, and we're just going to bring them in and have a conversation here today. I have with me today, I have Charles Williams and I have Adele Wastelhume. And welcome, guys. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning or afternoon, everybody.
Great, Mark. Hey, nice to be here. Hi, everybody else.
Yeah, good. Hey, listen, Adele is point of contact for one of the upcoming events for aircraft commerce. And so we had her on today to discuss that. And then Charles Williams is actually the publisher of Aircraft Commerce. Charles, for our viewers out there today that are watching, can you tell us who you are and what Aircraft Commerce does?
Right, yes, I'm the publisher and owner of Aircraft Commerce, which was founded in 1998, primarily a bi-monthly magazine that focuses on aircraft operating costs and all the aspects of running commercial fleet of aircraft. We also run 5 conferences a year, normally live person-to-person conferences. And in November, in 18 days' time, we're having our first ever virtual event.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So, Charles, I personally appreciate the technical content that Aircraft Commerce publishes. There's a lot of great information. I learn a lot from it. I know that people in the industry really rely on that publication. I've personally attended many of the events over the years that you put on, and I'm really looking forward to having this conversation with people about this switch that we're moving from in-person kind of events to virtual events. So let's just jump right into it. Charles, I wanted to take just for a minute and ask you is that we have been involved in a lot of in-person kind of events in the past, all right? And Aircraft Commerce has led those, and so I haven't been involved in only 3 of those events. But how many events do you hold a year?
Right. Well, let me explain. We started this event first to provide a forum where airlines, mainly engineering department people at airlines and flight operations departments, could go and sample software. So it was a venue for vendors to directly show their software to airline people. We started the first one in Europe. That was 2006. Since then, we've been having an annual Europe event. 2009, we started going to Asia. In 2010, we started going to Americas. So you have 3 for the maintenance and IT per year, and a single flight operations conference per year at the end of the year in Europe, usually in London. Yeah,
and I've been to the events in Amsterdam and the events in London and the events in Miami and Bangkok. Right. And it's really been really great. Hey, one of the things that I personally have gotten out of events in the past is being able to connect with people and do fun things. And hey, I don't know if you remember this or not, but here's a picture in Bangkok where they carve an airplane out of ice at the event.
Well, that's right. Now what we do is we have an exhibition hall, up to 60 or 70 exhibitors, they're IT vendors. They, as you see in the picture on the right, airlines are free to go and have demonstrations of the software, and they spend as much time as they like. But we also provide refreshments and, like you say, the fountain, like the ice sculpture. But these stands, these vendors are open for 2 days, all day for 2 days. So airlines get a good opportunity, and from the vendors' point of view, it's good because these are the people from the airline who are selecting the system. They are really in the process of selecting the system. They're the people responsible. So it's a good point of contact for both.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Charles, I know that we have a little bit of a problem with the audio, but one of my viewers who watches a lot, he actually commented. He said, could you please increase your voice a little bit? So, we'll accommodate him that, and we'll keep doing that. So I'm sorry about that. We have a little bit of a low volume on one. But hey, I just wanted to mention to all of you, I have people that join this broadcast from all around the world. And if you would help me by sharing this stream, I already have people that have joined us from Brazil and from the Middle East, Ahmed El-Shazi, and I have LinkedIn users in Brazil, but I always have people in North America, South America, and Europe. And so, hey, if you're out there, give us a shout out, comment. We're going to have a Q&A session, during this. So you might want to tell us where you are, put it in the comments, or share this stream. It's fun to know where people are watching from during the event. So great. Hey, listen, Charles, I wanted to follow up and say that I have really appreciated being involved in the in-person events. All right. Now, it's a little bit confusing to me, on how we're going to replace that, because the hands-on touch and feel kind of a thing is really important to me. And so I wanted to maybe switch over to Adele for a minute and say, Adele, now, didn't you just recently help facilitate an event where it was virtual? Wasn't that just about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was in the travel retail industry. It was a hugely successful event. And as we keep trying to get across to people, it's a psychological change here. It's a mindset change. We're inviting people to really engage and experience the platform, because actually it's quite incredible when you're in the platform. It's so navigable, and there's such a different experience to in-person. But in-person events, we can't hold them at the moment, and who knows when we'll be able to hold them. So this for now is what we have to do. But I would say they're not replacing physical events. I would say just to engage, I think it will become part of the future. So a digital platform will be something to engage in post a physical event. So I think the two will marry together. So, it is amazing what you can actually do when you engage with it.
Yeah, that's good. Well, so that event, how did you feel about that event? Did you feel like it was successful in a virtual world?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was really interesting because we have a virtual leaderboard, so you can actually see, and you have a virtual briefcase, so you can go all around the platform and download all different documents, and on the leaderboard you can actually win a prize as well for the amount of stands you engage with. We make it really fun and interactive.
All right. Okay. Well, good. Well, Charles, you have had multiple events in the past, and I understand that you have an event coming up where what you've done is you've combined that event really into 3, right? I mean, when is the event? Tell us just a little bit about it, then we'll get into more detail.
Right. Okay. So the event starts in 18 days' time. I hope you can hear me. The event starts in 18 days' time. Runs for 5 days, 24 hours around the clock. Runs from Monday the 16th to Friday 20th of November. It's a combination of our big conferences, which is the maintenance IT and the flight operations IT, but we're also adding the connected aircraft cabin, or what is now the digital cabin, and the passenger experience conference.
Okay, so you actually have 3 conferences or 3 events at one conference. You have the traditional maintenance conference, you have the flight operations and IT conference, or I say flight operations, and the connected aircraft and passenger experience. So that's great. That's really good. And so
3 conferences rolled into one expo. That is what it is.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, let's just take a couple of seconds and talk about those. I just wanted to tell you that I have personally been involved in the maintenance, the MRO, and flight ops IT conference. I have not been involved in the flight operations or the connected passenger ones. Let me just for a minute just give my own personal testimony about the MRO and flight operations ones. I've attended as a attendee, all right, and I have also attended representing vendors as an exhibitor. And in all those cases in the past, they've represented very outstanding opportunities for me to be able to go to a maintenance event and to be able to learn about different things that are happening in the industry and hear presentations from people, as well as in a very short, concentrated period of time to be able to look at what's happening in the industry with vendors and software that they're doing. And so for me personally, I have found those events to be, extremely valuable. All right. And Charles, I wanted to hand it back over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about what the flight operations event is?
Yes, we have presentations from companies such as Norwegian Airlines, Microsoft exec guy, Eurocontrol, and Oliver Wyman. Many of the usual sort of subjects that we have at the physical life conferences, such as fuel efficiency, monitoring carbon dioxide emissions, and related subjects such as air traffic control, ground operations.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like about the conferences, Charles, is that I can learn new things. You see, I'm strongest in maintenance and IT. I've done a lot of things in flight ops, but the conference extends itself into areas where I want to learn new things. And I think that's really important. Listen, if you're a viewer out there and if you're watching right now and you're saying, how can I expand my knowledge so that I can connect with other parts of the industry, maybe in a difficult time right now, then this is a great place for you to go and to be able to learn about other parts of the industry. Like he mentioned the Eurocontrol and talked about airlines and different business cases that they're going to run. What a perfect opportunity to learn about what's happening in the industry and to be able to engage in other places. Yeah. So Adele, then let me come to you. And I know that you have supported the connected aircraft and passenger experiences. Tell me a little bit about that part of the conference. What is that?
Yeah, so that's really evolved from a connected aircraft event over the last 3 years into digital cabin, and now really focusing on placing passenger at the center. But given what we're all going through, we've never seen so many solutions available for airlines for passengers once they start flying again. So it's all about instilling confidence in the passenger, and there's lots of companies that are coming in that are showcasing their solutions that'll feature very much in the connected aircraft and passenger side. So that really, it's really interesting that we've got all three combined. And when you go onto the website, you can see there are some little digital icons so you can identify what the presentations are and which theme. So it's easy to navigate through the whole conference. But yeah, we've changed focus over the last few years to really look at the passenger at the center, and showcasing the likes of Asia Airlines and what they're doing right now is quite incredible. So we're going to be featuring.
One of the things that I wanted to maybe do for a minute is, if people haven't attended a virtual conference, I want to explain something quickly. Listen, I have done over the course of this year about 150 of these live broadcasts, and I see a lot of different things that people are doing out there in the industry. Many times people will just do an interview, or they'll do a webinar or a Zoom broadcast. And I wanted you, the viewers, to understand is that this is a different experience. Okay, this is not a Zoom broadcast where you go and watch it for a week long. There's a platform that's designed for this virtual event. And Adele, tell me what we're looking at here right now. What is this? What am I looking at here right now?
Yeah, so this is how you enter. So we wanted to put people in their mindset of going to an exhibition. Okay, so you will see little flashing beacons when you go onto the screen to enter into the exhibition atrium. So when you enter in, and you'll see on the outside, it's promoting all three different tracks that we have. So when you enter in, then it's very clear how to enter into the Knowledge Hub area where you can see the conference. We have an on-demand folder for all of the presentations, so you'll never miss. Even though we have a live week, it's clear that you can download at any time and watch at your leisure. But what you're seeing here as well is this the entrance to the exhibition hall itself. So again, putting you in the mindset that you're actually going into an exhibition. And you see along the back wall are the platinum suites, and then you have the gold and silver level tiered stands. But there are little, as I mentioned, flashing beacons so that you can download information, you can put it into your virtual briefcase. So as you move around the whole expo, you never miss anything, and it's there for you at the end.
So what you're telling me is along the wall, along the side wall in the back, that's actually the gold and platinum
so along the back, what you're seeing is a platinum suite. Okay. So we have Collins Aerospace as one of our platinum. Right. So there you can enter and you can actually set up meetings in advance, which we've been encouraging. I mean, this is the difference with a physical event to a virtual, is that we're seeing a lot more people attending because they're able to. And we can pre-set up meetings as well in advance. But as you enter, you can instantly chat and you can set up a meeting at your leisure using the Calendly function. So yeah, I mean, it's really fantastic to engage with once you're on.
So Adele, let me just comment on that. Is it to the both of you who are doing these virtual events? Listen, people need to understand. Listen, if you're watching out there today, you need to understand is that, okay, 2 years ago, I was in sales and I traveled about 480,000 miles in 1 year. Okay. And in order to be able to do that, I had to sleep on the airplane, 2 to 3 nights a week and flying internationally. And I had a meeting in Hong Kong one time, and I live in Seattle, and I jumped on an airplane and I flew 14 hours. I landed at 7 o'clock in the morning. I went to a 1-hour meeting, and then I got on the airplane that night and came home. And it took me 3 days to have a 1-hour meeting. All right. Listen, we have a tremendous opportunity today to be able to connect with people more than ever before. Right. Yeah. I want to be able to meet people and have a cup of coffee. I love going somewhere and having an espresso, but it's not available to me right now. All right. I miss that. I miss seeing Charles. I miss seeing an ice carving, at an event. All right. You're not going to carve an airplane at this event, are you?
No. I know what you mean. You can't go to a conference and swap business cards and talk to people and get industry intelligence, but this is the next best thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, and you know what is that, in my opinion, Charles, is that in ways this is better, is what I'm trying to tell people. Right?
Yeah.
Is that in certain ways, okay, I can't shake somebody's hand. I'm going to miss that. I like going to Bangkok and riding in those little bicycles and going out to dinner. That's a lot of fun. All right. But what I'm telling you right now is that as a business person, I now have the ability to be able to interact with more people faster than I ever have before. All right. So yeah. I'm going to miss some of those in-person events, but you are providing an opportunity to people that has never been available to people ever in history, ever.
Yeah. If I could add to that, I mean, what you're saying is verified by the fact that we have 600 people from more than 150 airlines already signed up. People are signing up every day. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no traveling involved. You don't have to leave your office. You can do it from home even, and there's no traveling time. There's no hotel expense. You can just sign up for our conference, the expo.
I absolutely agree. Now, here's a quick overview of a few of the companies that are actually presenting in the booths there, right, Charles? You have a lot of different companies across the industry that are engaged, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and we have more signing up as we speak, and there is still time for more companies to exhibit if they wish to do so.
Okay, so the event is the event is still 17 days away, and that's not too late. People can still sign up.
They can sign up to about 12 days time from now.
Okay, so if you are a company which is on the fence and you're trying to decide whether you should exhibit at an event like this, I just want you to consider this. Okay, listen, there's still time to do it. Number one, all right. Number two is that you now have an opportunity to more easily connect with larger numbers of people if you are exhibiting at an event like this. All right. And what's happening is that organizers like Aircraft Commerce are working extremely hard to be able to attract people and bring them into these virtual events. But it's not just attracting people. Adele, you were talking about how important it was to have an interactive, positive experience. That's what keeps people engaged. All right. They come and they stay engaged. Okay. Yeah. Right. And so,
sorry, I was going to just add, Mark, it is quite incredible what you can create from a virtual experience. And we have seen some quite mind-blowing experiences on Travel Retail Expo, what Diageo was doing, what Singapore Airlines was doing. When you enter that space, I mean, Diageo had virtual bartenders that were creating cocktails. It was, I would say it is the future, and it is fun. And you never miss anyone. That's the absolute key here.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I got to tell you, though, listen, I know that those of you who are out there, you're skeptical and you're saying, yeah, but I love to travel. And, hey, you know what? My dad first stood me on the wing of an airplane when I was 2 years old. All right. And, I soloed an airplane when I was 15 and a half years old. I have been involved in aviation all my life. Aviation excites me. I love to travel. I love to go meet new people. You know what? But I can't right now. I can't even leave the United States. I can't go anywhere right now. There's nowhere to go. All right. And so for now, all right, I am finding these virtual environments and these virtual platforms to be an extremely positive way to be able to connect with people. And I personally feel like it enables me to connect with more people than ever before. Look, here we are, and I'm talking to you guys. I didn't even ask you, Adele, where are you located physically today?
Today I'm by the coast. I'm in Brighton, which is
You're in Brighton. Okay, Charles, where are you?
Well, I'm in my office in Horsham, which is about 10 miles from Gatwick Airport.
Yeah, by the Gatwick Airport. And, I just think it's so fun because, I can virtually connect with people all around the world, right? I have people on this broadcast that are connecting with us, in Europe and in North America and South America. I have some comments here about the streaming is excellent from my cell in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It's just so fun to be able to reach people in this kind of a venue electronically. And, you guys are doing that. Listen, Charles, I'm sure it was hard for you to figure out what to do about, in-person events. I mean, was it a struggle for you to figure out where to go?
Well, no, I mean, because the governments around the world stopped intercontinental travel. So, I mean, that is a problem. And of course, we don't know when that's going to be viable again at this stage. But this is, like you say, this platform, the next best thing, or the ideal thing right now, because you connect with lots of people. You can discuss a lot of issues. You can demonstrate a lot of issues, including demonstrating software and systems for an unlimited amount of time. So it's visiting your stand at a hotel at a real life conference.
Yeah, and you said you have over 600 airlines, MROs, OEMs, and like that already registered, right?
Right, and that number is increasing by about 100 a week, and that's more, and it's already more than twice the normal number you'd normally get at a live event.
Yeah, we're still 3 weeks out. Hey, listen, for those of you that might have watched my broadcast, I have this broadcast that we do on a regular basis, and I know I have a lot of followers, and it was actually the end of August, so not last month, but roughly about 6 weeks ago, I ran a virtual event. And in the last 3 weeks, I had about another 4,000 people that signed up for my event. And we had over 20,000 people that attended it in the end. And so, there will be a lot of people that are registering over the next, 3 weeks or the next 17 days. And you're going to have more presenters, that are going to be there. I think the conference agenda is pretty much already set with presentations, right?
Yeah, it's a full 5 days.
Full 5 days, yeah.
The beauty of a virtual event is you can go back again and look again.
Oh, good. And, Charles, I wanted to just thank you is that I'm representing a vendor there, and I'm going to be doing a presentation there. And then I have one of the 7-minute presentations. So there's an opportunity where vendors create presentations about different products, and you can actually go there and look at brief videos about vendor products, and they're 7 minutes long. I'm doing one of those. And then, Charles and his team have also given me an opportunity to do a stage presentation. And so, this is really great because I have an opportunity to get my message out during this event as well. And, for those of you that are watching, you need a venue to be able to get your message out today. And these kind of events are the place to be able to do that. I personally am really looking forward, to the event, Charles, because I have another platform to be able to get my message out and talk about the things that I'm enthusiastic about. So thank you for that.
Very welcome. Now, like you say, you have actually more options with a virtual event than you do a real live event. 7-minute videos, the stage presentation, a booth, all sorts of things.
Yeah, right. No, it's going to be really good. It's exciting. It's an exciting event. So, hey, listen, before we move on, I have one last, probably two last subjects that I want to talk to you about. One is that I know you have a full conference agenda, and I know you have people that will be speaking from the stage, basically, and doing presentations just like in a regular live event. And I think I heard you say that you had, airlines, and you had industry experts like consultants and different things like that. Can you tell us a little bit about the stage presentations that people can expect?
Right. I mean, in the maintenance side, which is always the biggest, we have speakers from airlines, MROs, and consultants and vendors. So that would include Etihad Airways, ICF Consulting, FL Technics, IATA, Sabina Technics. Just to give you an idea, of a few Air France Engineering, LOT Polish Airlines, and CETA, Flydocs. These are just some of the companies that are presenting at the.
Yeah, that's great. And one of the things I really like about that is that you can get all that knowledge, and that information in such a concentrated period of time. As a businessman, I've always found that when I go to conferences and events like this, that it could take me a year or more to gather the kind of information that I can get in such a brief, concentrated period of time. And so I think it's great.
Well, that's good. You see, from the airline point of view, if you're looking for a particular system, you can go and see several vendors in the same place. If you're a vendor, you can see a lot of airlines that are actively buying a system, and that saves you an awful lot of time and money because you don't have to go and see them individually. They are putting there and they're actively looking for a system.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Hey, Charles, I want to ask you, you and Adele, one final question. I'm going to start with you, Charles. Is it what is the most interesting to you about doing a virtual event? How is this interesting to you?
Well, like I said, it's different because it's more dynamic. It's good for the airlines that have to travel. They can stay at home or stay in their office. They don't need to. More people can therefore attend the event if you're an airline or an MRO looking for a system. It's good for the vendors because they can not only demonstrate their products and their services to a large number of airlines that are all actively looking for systems, but they can also demonstrate their services and everything to different people simultaneously. So right. 5 members of staff from the vendor can speak to 5 different groups of people.
Yeah, no, I really agree with you. I'm really looking forward to it.
And moreover, you can do it 24 hours around the clock with this event.
Oh, good. So you can cover more people because of it being virtual. Yeah, very good.
And you can probably have a very long session with an airline or multiple sessions.
Yeah, excellent. And Adele, let me come back to you. Adele, what gets you excited about doing this kind of thing?
I think it's because it's about maintaining connection. I mean, I think digital has allowed us, we've embraced digital in a way that I don't think we'd ever expect we would. This is the way of working and connecting now. So, but the fact that we're moving forward all the time and transforming with it, I mean, the platform itself just in the last 6 months has changed. And what we're seeing companies able to do in a live event is actually quite mind-blowing. So I get really excited by that. And the number of people that I'm able to connect with. If you consider a physical event, it's great. You've got the human contact, direct, and you maybe have half a dozen really great conversations in a day. Well, you can times that by 10 plus in a day using this means. So I think this is always going to be part of the future, and we just have to adapt psychologically to embrace it.
Yeah, absolutely. That does really excite me too. I mean, I'm all about promoting digital transformation, and this is really our premier event in the aviation aerospace industry that focuses on digital transformation. And I wanted to reach out to all of you that are watching today and say that if you want to learn about digital in maintenance, if you want to learn about digital in flight ops, if you want to learn about connected aircraft and passenger cabins, all right, this is the event for you to go to. You do not want to miss this. If you're not presenting here, think about presenting. Think about going as an exhibitor and being part of this event. There's still time to do it. You should really think about joining. If you are thinking about whether you should attend or not, jump in and sign up and get involved. Be part of this event. Listen, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to do a few more broadcasts. We're going to feature a little bit more information about some of the speakers of this event, and just make sure that you understand the value in attending, this kind of an event. So I was really excited today to be able to bring to you, just a little bit of a peek into this event. And hey, listen, I know that you might be uncomfortable about, is it really worth my time and my effort? Because, listen, let's be honest. Is it internally within us? We want to go to an in-person event. All right. I know that we do. However, it's just not possible right now. We're not able to do it. And from my experience of actually putting on events and attending virtual events, you're going to find this to be a high quality event that's worth your time to attend. I challenge you to come and be part of the event because you are going to learn, you are going to network, and you are going to grow your business, which is what it's all about, all right, by attending this event. And for me, I'm going to feed and fuel my passion for aviation is what's going to happen. So, hey, thank you. I really appreciate you guys, being part of here today. And I wanted to say real quick is if people want to register for the event, or want to exhibit, what do they do, Charles? Where do they go? How do they register for the event?
The best contact, as you see on the screen there, Ed Haskey and Adele. Ed Haskey will certainly accommodate you for either attending with an airline or an MRO or an exhibitor, and any inquiries can also be directed towards Adele.
Okay, so I see we have a URL on the screen there. Pay attention to that. aircraftcommercevirtualexpo.com. I've been there. There's all kinds of information there. The agenda is there. It talks about the events, who the speakers are, who the exhibitors are. You can register there. This is the place to go. Ed Haskey, great guy. You know, I worked with him. Adele, you know, we've done some things together. You know, if you want to get more information, reach out to those guys and, you know, get involved in the event. Hey, listen, I want to thank the two of you for going on this live broadcast with me today. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks, Charles.
Very much appreciated, Mark. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you, Adele. I appreciate it. All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Let's go ahead and wrap up this event. I'm going to close it the way that I always do. Is I'm going to challenge you is to make aviation your obsession. All right. If we lean into recovery in the industry, we are going to drive recovery in aviation, and that's what we're really all about. Hey, I want to tell you fair winds and following seas to you. Thank you, and look forward to our next broadcast. Bye for now.
All right. Bye-bye, Mark.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.